Your team is in shambles. You haven't had a good start, so you're thinking of wildcarding in Game Week 4. Well, this is Fantasy Football G. I'm your host, Kat, and today I'm going to take you through the perfect Salah and Haaland draft for your Game Week 4 wildcard. So, without further ado, let's get into it. All right. First things first. Now, as you can see, I've had a very good start to my FPL season, and that is because I have been using the Fantasy Football Hub tools that is powered by AI. Now, if you also want to get a hold of this, and you need to use the link in the description below, this will absolutely help you win your mini league. And if you don't win your mini league, they will give you all of your money back. T's and C's apply, which is also in the description below. The nice thing about it is it's also 50% off. So it's a great deal. You better go out there and get it. Use the link in the description below. And yeah, let's get into this, guys. So a Haaland and Salah draft. Right, let's get into this. Bam, here's the team. We're going to start off with the goalkeepers, with Martinez and Raya being the first surprise going. Cat, that is too much money. Now, I have been told this before, but guys, I want to make sure that I get those clean sheets. And clean sheets are what win teams title. What wins teams titles is what gets you points. So that is what I'm trying to secure here. I really want to still tap into that Arsenal defense that is going to turn, whose fixtures are going to turn in Game Week 6. So I really want to capitalize on getting Raya there. Martinez is really there just to secure clean sheets from now till those fixtures turn in Game Week 6. So he has Everton and Wolves at home, and I really trust in the Aston Villa defense. Yes, they do have a bit of fixture congestion considering they have the Carabao Cup and they're also in the Champions League. Check out the best fixtures down below here. This is something that you definitely have to be taking into consideration while putting your wildcard 4 together. And I love looking at the fixtures while doing this. And so that's why I've put this down low for you guys to actually see as well while I'm talking about the team. Going into the rest of the defense, we got a Ruben Neves, Virgil van Dijk, Luka Digne, and Konate, as well as Pedro. Immediately, you can see I've doubled up on Liverpool there. Guys, without a doubt, Liverpool has one of the best defenses next to Arsenal, of course. So I want to double up on it there while these guys still have a good row of fixtures. Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth at home, 2 home fixtures coming up, and making sure that you have players that are also certain for minutes. You'll realize that those are the 2 centre backs of Liverpool, and I believe they are show in for minutes despite the fixture congestion with Carabao Cup and the European Cup coming in the next few game weeks as well. So that takes me to Ruben Diaz as well, being the centre back there for Man City, whose fixtures are also going to turn soon. And I know you might be worrying, Kat, what about that Arsenal fixture? Well, hey, I've got Pedro Porro there, and he can do a very nice rotation there for when they do play Arsenal, as well as, of course, Martinez being there for when they do play Arsenal. So I don't have to play him against Arsenal, and that's the reason why I love this back. This back five is it's a very strong back five in a Haaland and Salah draft, and I think that's something that's hardly really seen. And I feel like that's where you can actually gain the edge over people. Premier League is all about scoring goals. My tip here is with last season's clean sheet dilemma, I did very well in actually gaining the edge over my mini league by having good clean sheets. In fact, I even doubled up, tripled up on Arsenal in that vital time at the end. So I think having a best defense is actually really going to help you gain and get the edge on your mini league. Now, without getting too far ahead, guys, please, if you've made it this far, that means that you do like. Please hit that like. The aim is 10 likes for this video. And if you've made it this far, then also that means you are really loving the content. Please subscribe. 80% of you guys who do watch actually haven't subscribed. So please, it would really mean a lot. And I will do you a favor by bringing you more great content like this throughout the time you're with me on my channel. Now, let's get into the midfield. Mo Salah, there's nothing really to say. He is going to be a very great captaincy option in the Game Week 5. So I think it is very vital. His price has been rising throughout the time, so catch him while you still can. Most likely has risen twice by the time you're watching this. But they'll never rise more than 2 times in a game week. So definitely you can still get him if he is at 12.7. Hopefully your budget is good. Semenyo being the focal point in Bournemouth's attack now that Solanke's been gone. He has actually ranked the most shots in FPL so far in the game weeks. So he's definitely a player to bring in at 5.6. Price rise has been happening as well with him going against Chelsea, a very shaky Chelsea. Yes, his fixtures aren't necessarily the best, but they do take a bit of a turn as well in game week 6. I think he is still a good option, considering that with the Haaland and Salah draft, you do have to compromise somewhere, and that was in the midfield for me, followed with Mitoma at 6.6, capitalizing on those 2 home fixtures against Ipswich and Nottingham Forest. Him and Mente have actually been shown to have the highest goal contribution and goal involvement, goal involvement in the Brighton attack. And so they are definitely players who will be returning in those fixtures. And I feel like if you don't have them, then yeah, you're going to be missing out exactly the same way some people missed out in those Mbromo transfers in the previous game week, who I actually had and really helped me with my game week rank that you can see down below here. So I think if you're really looking to have a differential in your midfield, take a look at Mente and Mitoma for your midfield. Then, of course, Rodgers, the big disappointment. I think he's still somebody that we have to be patient with, considering that Bailey's not there. Ollie Watkins has been substituted off just fairly after the 60th minute. I think he will step up. I think Everton is that game, and Wolves and Ipswich. Their fixtures are also highly congested, and yeah, with Bailey being out as well, Ollie Watkins not up to standard. Yes, there is a question of whether or not the team in attack is good enough and can really support him and also getting those goals. But if you've been watching Aston Villa, you'll see that he has been unlucky and actually is due a return. And I think this is that time when he's actually going to get his goals. So I would keep him if you still got him. And if you don't have him, I think this is still a great time to actually bring him in on your wildcard game week 4. Then going into the strike force, we've got Haaland there, João Pedro, and Armstrong. Armstrong's fixtures are turning. They're going to be very great fixtures with Ipswich and Bournemouth in game week 5 and 6. Yes, right now they're playing Man United, so you don't have to play him at all. You can play a João Pedro there, of course, with the Ipswich and Nottingham Forest. I don't think there's much to be said about him, considering the fixtures look good. He's also in form, has returned in 2 out of 3 game weeks. So I think he's definitely a bargain at 5.7, especially if you got him at 5.5 in the beginning of the season. Then, of course, there's the Haaland pick there. Captaincy for this game week. I think it's really tied between him and Salah. You can go with either or. But I think don't expect them to keep returning the same way that they have been in previous weeks. They will have their ups and definitely their downs. Yeah, I think that is my Salah and Haaland draft. Now, if you don't want to have a Haaland and Salah draft and you just want to have a Salah draft, then you need to check out this video right over here, which I've done specifically for you. And if you're actually like, no, Cat, I actually want to do a Haaland draft, then the video down below is actually the video that you should be checking out. So make sure you check those out. And before you do, make sure you hit that like button. Also subscribe if you're this far. I'll be putting in more content for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.